Josh, thanks for jumping on, man. How you doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Nice name.
That's it. I know. Perfect.
So, dude, for the viewer who's watching this, could you just give us a quick rundown, obviously, on who Josh is, where you're from, what you do, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so Josh is me. Um, Also you, but um, I'm from Sydney, Australia. Work for my target audience, I guess, and who I work with is probably what you would call like a hybrid athlete or a weekend warrior. So someone that focuses more running, strength training, and primary focus is around the nutrition space around that as well.
Nice.
Um, and performance and all that too.
Beautiful. And how long have you been going after that market?
Since November last year.
Okay, cool. So you only started the hybrid stuff when we started together back in November.
Yeah, correct.
What were you doing
Yeah.
before that, just out of curiosity? What niche?
Everything under the sun. So I was trying, I previously had, like, I signed up for another coaching mentorship,
Yep.
um, which didn't get much value out of it comparing to what I have gotten out of this, I would
Mm.
say. But previously from that experience, I was doing all the classics. So cold ads, um, cold DMs, didn't wasn't really clear on a niche. Just was trying to pick like I think I had like dads over 40 at one point, like fit moms and busy professionals. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So wasn't clear on that niche.
Yeah, okay. Right. For some reason, I thought you were actually going after that hybrid market before we started, but yeah, clearly not.
No.
Yeah, interesting, interesting. Okay, so we've been working together since November 2024. So at the time of filming this,
Mhm.
about 8 months or so. In that time frame, bro, what kind of results have you seen?
Um, Really good results. So I started getting traction pretty much right away.
Mm,
I launched my offer with you, I think it was like the 14th or 15th of November,
mm.
because I went pretty hard pretty quick.
Yeah, bro, I remember that straight away. It was just like, bam.
Yeah, I just wanted to get out there and get it sorted. So yeah, from memory, it was 14th of November, and I ended the year so 14th. So a month and a half, I ended with 9K collected
Mm,
for that. Um, and it was just like that was great for me. But
yeah,
starting getting that momentum and going to the new year up until this point, my results have just been consistent, and my average recurring monthly revenue is around 12 to 13K for the
sick.
year. So
Nice. Yeah, I remember that you got traction fast. It was like
yeah,
within a few weeks, but even not like 2 or 3 weeks, wasn't it?
yeah,
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 that's good, bro. That's good. Immediate return on investment, which is sick.
that's right. Yeah.
um, Now, bro, without bouncing around too much, just circling back to before we started, you obviously mentioned you worked with a previous mentor, doing a few different things. It was a bit rocky. What
Mm.
was life like back then?
Uh, Probably stressful and unclear.
Mm,
Just no direction and just trying everything under the sun and thinking that it wasn't going to work, I guess.
yeah, right.
So
A lot of self doubt.
yeah, a lot of self-doubt with it, but also big on like putting the ego aside and just going, I have no idea what I'm doing. I
Mm,
need help and I need assistance.
yeah,
So
that's one thing that I mean. I went to say one thing I loved about you, but like you're still here. That's one thing I do like
mhm.
about you is that you've always dropped the ego and been willing to sit in the student seat and listen and learn. And it's like that's the kind of attitude someone needs to have to be able to then successfully move forward. If you've got the ego, you're not going to move forward at all. So yeah, dude, that's something that's been great from my side to help you with is you having that trait. We've been together for like 8 months working together. Obviously, income has come up in that time frame. What other things have happened in your life now, like experiences or changes or results?
Life in general,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I've built a business that's around a lifestyle that I want, um, which like sounds a bit cliche, obviously.
Yeah.
Like people do this for freedom and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's something that I think is really important for people is to build a business around a life that they want rather than just have a life and try and make the business,
Mm.
I guess, take over. Um, so I guess learning how to do that, prioritizing myself, but also making sure that I can run a successful business, not just like a makeshift coach that's in your pocket.
Hobby
That's
business, I call it.
like, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, for sure. So,
And
um,
I know that your calendar is quite minimal at the moment, which is a nice
yeah,
feeling. And I do believe that you're selling by chat now and implemented some of those systems that I follow, which is
yeah,
cool, which means that no sales calls, which means a lot more free time on the calendar. How do things look and feel for you now, day to day? And how are you feeling with that, like kind of freedom?
yeah, good. Again, prioritizing a lot of Josh time
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
playing a bit of golf, training for a marathon at the moment too. So that helps because I'm
Nice.
running a fair bit, but playing a bit of golf, still going for a surf here and there. But having the empty calendar gives me that flexibility to just like even more flexibility, just to
Mhm.
kind of drop what I'm doing and just go, okay, sweet, yeah, we'll go out for dinner. Or like, yeah, I can come to your mum's place for dinner, like
Yeah.
as in my partner,
Yeah.
not whoever's watching this. I'm not coming to your mum's place, don't
I mean, you can go if you want.
worry. Yeah, but it's made it a lot better, as well as there's not as much mental fatigue. Like it's quite taxing. Anyone that does sales calls, especially if they're grouped up on a day, and depending on who you target, you're more often than not doing them late in the afternoon to the evening.
Mm.
So myself, I was doing them up until like 8 o'clock at night. So
Yeah, sheesh.
sell trying sell by chat um, at the moment has been good for me
Yeah, it's good for the
mentally
headspace
as
and the
well.
calendar.
Yeah.
So, moving on from there, bro, if you were to say one or two things that were like the most valuable things or different things in terms of the approach that I've taken, what would those things be?
So first off is clarity. So getting clear on who and not how, I
Mm,
believe is what
yep.
we
It's
work
not
towards.
how, it's
So
who. Yep.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. So a lot of people or mentors or people in the online space will focus so heavily on like the perfect niche. But one thing that I learned from you is that um, it's better to build a personal brand, and everyone has their own story. So build the niche around you and your interests and how you can help people,
Yeah.
because that's how you're the most relatable. And that's what I struggled with at the start, is just trying to pick the perfect niche, but there is none.
Mm,
There's only like one you. So
yeah.
if you can help people and tell it through your story and provide value, um, you will see benefits in doing so. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. Um, the biggest. And then it's more, as well as having a process and sticking to that process and not weaving and having that squirrel brain that you talk about. So
Yeah.
you outlay things very clearly. There's a clear path to follow at what stage that you are at.
Yeah.
And that is extremely beneficial for a lot of people, because we always look at like the next best thing, because social media just shows you
Mm,
awesome stuff, right? Like it's like, oh, make 10K, make 30K a month. He's going
crash
to make
dieting,
50.
but for
It's like,
business.
yeah, absolutely. So it's so easy to get caught up in all these different processes. But if you just focus on one and the one you're committing to,
Mm,
you will see the benefits from that too.
yeah. I love that, man. And it's the second one is commonly known. It's like you need to have a structure and a strategy and I guess quote unquote a system to follow. But the most important thing is like, I don't know, with weight loss, it's like you just any diet fucking works. You just have to stick to the diet. It's like you need to have a system and stick to it. I know that my one works, and obviously I'm biased because I know it's fucking good. But that aside, one of the most important things I think people skip over when they are trying to get their business really humming online is that it's not how, it's who. And to just quickly
Mm,
break that down for someone who may not understand that, it's not how, it's who. A lot of people focus on the how. How can I get to 10K a month? How can I do better content? How can I make more money? How can I get systems in my business? How? When in reality, it's who do I need to become to get to the level I want to get to? So if I want to be making 10, 15, 20K a month, what things is Josh doing at that level that Josh at this level is not doing? I need to start
mm,
doing those things. All of a sudden, you'll be at the next level. Not instantly, but you now start operating as a different operator, which is now you've become the individual worthy of running the business at that level. And this is where so many people go wrong, is that they just look at it through the how, because the how is always marketed and jammed down everyone's throat, like you were saying. So yeah, man, I just wanted to highlight that
Yeah.
because I think it's a really powerful step that a lot of people miss over, or skip over, sorry, or miss. Um, yeah, dude, thank you for sharing that. If you were to give any sort of thoughts or insights onto your overall experience with working with me, what would it be?
Um, it's I have no complaints, and this isn't just because we're doing this. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
genuinely has been for someone like me and my personality. I'm quite cruisy and laid back, but I
Mm,
also need structure, and I'm very pedantic with that kind of stuff. And you outline things very clearly, but you also provide your time, which is very valuable, and it's not dismissive. It's not like, oh, hey, go check this out,
mm,
or hey, go look at this. And that was something we spoke about before I jumped on board too.
remember.
So yeah, so I just the amount of effort and time you put into your clients to help them is great, and it's evident on like the weekly group calls as well.
Mm,
So I just think if anyone's on the fence about it, it's just more so like dropping the ego. It's not
yeah.
trying to sell it or anything. Like it's like you need help because
Mm.
there are people that are better than you at things. So just
Yeah.
get help from them. Like
Yeah.
there's no point.
Fucking
You
say
can
it
figure
loud, man.
stuff out, but it takes ages. And
Yeah.
like being a coach, you understand. Like how frustrating is it for people, they tell you that they can do something that you already like coaching or teaching. It's like I can do it. I'm better than you. So
Yeah. And you
let
can't
me
chat
help you.
GPT your way to success either.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Mate, people will try. People will
Yeah.
try.
Yeah. Well, dude, I really
Yeah.
appreciate you for taking the time to come on and walk through your journey and your success with us. And I'm pumped to
Yeah.
see everything that you've achieved so far. And honestly, dude, I'm really proud of you for everything that you've done. I think you've taken a very laid back approach, which has been cool, but it's been a really consistent laid back approach. And that's the most important thing, is consistency. So well done, man. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward
For sure.
to seeing your success over the coming months as well.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Thanks for your time, bro.
No worries. All good, man.